Hi, you're on the Bible Forum. I'm Warren Sprouse. We're here every Sunday night from 8 until 10 p.m. Eastern. I'd love for you to join us live. We have folks in the chat room. They'd love to talk to you. Should Christians be praying that Donald Trump win this year's election? The monthly Democracy Institute Sunday Express poll released last Monday found that 46% of likely voters nationwide support Trump, while 45% support Biden. Is that what you're hearing from the pollsters? It represents a statistical tie because it's within the poll's margin of error, plus or minus 2.5 percentage points. A national lead 4 weeks before November 3rd election is good news for the president. But there's more good news than that. The real story in the poll lies with a number of key swing states. Trump holds an edge in the key battleground states by a total margin of 4 points. In Florida, for example, Trump leads Biden within the margin of error, plus or minus 4. 48 to 44%. They surveyed 500 likely voters in Florida. Likewise in Minnesota, which Trump narrowly lost in 2016 by about 45,000 votes, he now leads Biden 46 to 44% with 450 likely voters. Again, a margin of error, plus or minus 5%. In New Hampshire, which Trump also lost in 2016 by fewer than 3,000 votes, he leads Biden with a margin of error of plus or minus 5% by 2 points, 45 to 43. Trump also has leads in Iowa, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and he could nab a split electoral college vote in Maine. In those swing states, the margin of error is plus or minus 5%. All of these percentages are statistically equal. On the issue of the Electoral College, the poll projects Trump to clean house in November. The Democracy Institute Sunday Express poll projects Trump could grab 320 Electoral College votes. He only needs 270. Biden is projected to win the poll, projected by the poll to fall short with only 218 electoral votes. The poll on that subject found that more than 6 in 10 of 500 likely voters expressed sympathy or concern for the president. That's 62%. The remaining 38% of those polled called Trump's contracting the virus karma. Still, 19% of respondents said they were more likely to vote for Trump's reelection after the COVID-19 diagnosis compared to 13% who answered the diagnosis makes them less likely to vote for Trump. The coronavirus pandemic, in a broad sense, is not the chief concern for the majority of voters. Law and order, specifically related to the left's months of rioting, stood out as the most prominent issue for a plurality of likely voters. Of those surveyed, 32% that order following the riots was the most important issue, while the economy was not far behind. 30% of those polled said the economy was their biggest concern. Trump leads Biden on the economy 60 to 40%, and 63% approve of his job regarding law and order. Trump is polling at 18% with black voters and 40% with Hispanic voters. 61% of all respondents feel Trump will be reelected. 70% of respondents feel the economy is rebounding after economic damage done by coronavirus shutdowns. Nationwide, violent protests led 28% of respondents to say they are more likely to vote for Trump. 68% said Biden has not been sufficiently critical of rioting. An overwhelming 75% of respondents also said they do not support defunding their local police departments. That seems to be the new thing now in major cities. The national poll surveyed 1,500 likely voters from September 30th to October 2nd. PollWatch, which tracks election polling and accuracy, noted that Democracy Institute correctly predicted both Brexit and Trump's 2016 election upset of Hillary Clinton. On Biden's poor numbers with black likely voters, Democracy Institute Director Patrick Basham said that, quote, low support and enthusiasm will be Biden's Achilles heel. He went on to say to beat Trump, Biden needs 9 in 10 black votes and lots of black voters to cast ballots. Currently, he's positioned to win only 8 in 10, with 2 out of 10 black voters ready to support Trump. An overall black turnout looking to be flat at best. Ignore national suppression polls such as the NBC News Wall Street Journal poll, which were released last Sunday and claim Biden leads Trump nationally by 14 points. NBC Wall Street Journal polled only registered voters following last week's 2-on-1 debate debacle in Cleveland. It's been noted that other polls have a disproportionate number of Democrats. If the Democracy Institute polling is even moderately accurate, the 2020 race is over and Trump wins. That is, of course, barring any additional October surprises and the addition of countless and potentially fraudulent, insecure mail-in ballots. All of that possible.